Welcome to Corporal's Corner. Today I want to talk about different emergency shelter configurations that can be performed using a grabber all-weather blanket. So stick around. In our previous couple of videos, we talked about my go-to lashes, hitches, and knots. And that got me thinking. I said to myself, why not create a video showing you how to make your own emergency shelter kit utilizing that information? Something quick, easy, down and dirty, that's always there when you need it. You can place inside of a pack or inside of a glove box. So let's go ahead and kick this off with an emergency tarp. Now this all-weather blanket is meant to be weatherproof, meaning it will block wind, rain, snow, and even sunlight. You have 4 reinforced grommets at each corner, and it retails anywhere from $11 to $20 depending on where you buy it, meaning Amazon or a sporting goods store. It measures 5 by 7. One side's reflective, which is excellent because it will actually retain your body heat by wrapping it around yourself. Either like this or on the inside. It will also reflect heat from a campfire, as well as because it's reflective, get it out in the direct sunlight, use it for signaling. But for me, and most importantly, I use this for shelters. Let's go ahead and kick this off. Now, armed with the information from our previous videos, all I did was take my paracord, and at one end I tied a bowline. Now taking this bowline, I'm going to wrap around the tree anywhere from waist to chest height. Then I'm going to pass this end through that bowline. It's going to create a pocket right here. That pocket is now an improvised marlin spike hitch. Now grabbing a stick or a stake, and place it inside that pocket and pull it tight. And that creates our quick release on this end. So all you gotta do, pull it out, and you're good to go. And on this end over here, we're gonna use one of my go-to hitches, the trucker's hitch. Pull it towards that tree. The more you pull it, the tighter it's going to be. Pinch the loop in the line, drape it over, reach it inside, pull it through. Now once again, from our previous video, all I'm going to do is make a large loop and tie it together using a fisherman's knot. Now I'm going to take that loop, I'm going to rotate that knot to its side like this, place it through itself, loop once, twice, 3 times. We'll go ahead and dress it up. And that forms our prusik knot that we can use to tighten our tarp. The first shelter that we're going to create is called a lean-to shelter. So taking one end where our grommet is, I'm going to pass that loop from our trucker's hitch through that grommet. Now grabbing a stake or a stick, place it in that loop, and pull it tight. Opposite end, grab my prusik loop, pass it through my grommet. Once again, a tent stake or a stick. Grab my prusik and pull it tight. Now for your basic lean-to shelter, you want 2 more loops, smaller ones. Once again, tied together using the fisherman's knot. Pass one end through that grommet. Place it inside of itself, forms a lark's head knot. Pull it tight. Now you can stake it in the ground. So far so good. Now using the same ridge line and our loops, all I gotta do is drop one end and it gives me an emergency plow point shelter. Outstanding. Here we have our basic or our emergency plow point shelter. Now keep in mind this is only a 5x7 tarp. The last configuration I want to talk about is the A-frame. Now since I'm only dealing with the 5x7, if I locate the halfway point and actually try to stake that down, I'm only going to have about 2.5 feet on each side to cover my body. Now could I get away with that? Probably. But for the A-frame, my preference is to grab 2 of these grabber all-weather blankets, join them both together in a lean-to configuration opposite of each other, and then you got enough room for, let's say, a military pup tent where you can sleep 2 people or 1 person comfortably with all of their gear. So I have 2 tarps here, 1 green one, 1 blue one. Now back to our lean-to configuration that we talked about. Got my loop for my trucker's hitch. All I did was pass it through one of my grommets on the blue tarp, grabbing my green tarp, I'm going to pass it through that grommet as well. Now once again, grabbing a stick or stake for a toggle, I'm going to pass it through that loop and then pull it tight. It's going to hold both these tarps down in this corner. My opposite end, I'm going to go ahead and start with my blue tarp. I started with it down at that end, I'm going to start with on this end. Grab my prusik loop, pass it through my grommet. Now grab my second tarp, or my green tarp, and pass it through that grommet as well. Stick or a stake for a toggle, place it inside, and pull them both tight. And if you look closely on here, you're going to notice a built-in rain flap that goes all the way down across your ridge line on the top of your A-frame. Welcome back. This is outstanding. Not bad for a couple of hitches and a handful of knots. Now the important takeaway is I want you to understand the simplicity and the versatility behind these grabber all-weather blankets. You saw how I could easily transition from one configuration to the other. And for me, if crap hits the fan, these things are worth their weight in gold. So why not have 1 or 2? Thank you for your comments and view support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time.